Hi, Hashem. If you could help me with this one, that'd be really great. I appreciate you. Thank you. So, I'm going for a walk to Walmart. I gotta get some things. I think. I don't know. I feel like I have to get a new candle. Fuck this guy, dude. Plus, I just need to get out. Finished up another 10 pages of that book. How do I feel about it? I guess the irony is, I feel pretty bad about it. I mean, it was all good things, so it's at like a massive turning point in my life. It's like a huge turning point. So why am I depressed over it? But, you know, it's, I mean, it's like the month of Marshevin that we're in. Bittersweet. Because up to this point in the book, I'm not having a really fucking hard time. I'm having a really hard time with this separation. I'll be mindful, I haven't brushed my teeth today, so my breath might stink. I've only been consuming coffee and cigarettes, black coffee and cigarettes. But, on the bright side, I got my order of Bones coffee. Like, super excited about that. Got an overload of coffee. Yeah, so what I picked up today, well, actually, where I left off last night, or yesterday, I was leaving the house to go do my first card reading. Technically it was my second time reading for someone with that particular deck. But that was the deck that, like, I think I said it yesterday, but that was the deck that changed my life. That's when everything, like, nothing went back to normal after that. And for good fucking reason. And then even, like, when I look at the timing of everything, because the timing of things always plays a factor, too. It's like I had this massive breakthrough, because I was good at it right from the beginning. Like, I read once for my son as soon as we got home that night that I bought the cards. I read once for myself before going to have a dinner date with my friend's friend. And then the next day, I just started soliciting all my my neighbor friends. I think I did within. That was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think I did at least one reading a day. Oh, there's my sister. Like, I was off to a really good start. And I'm reading this, and as I'm reading through this again, it's funny because like how quickly it started taking off. I wasn't charging anybody for anything. I was just doing it because I didn't want to charge. I didn't feel right charging. Because I was still new at it. I just bought the fucking deck on Friday. And up until that point, like I had absolutely, well, not that I had no experience doing it, but and it was interesting because the day that I got them too, I remember thinking how I had to get a new deck because the ones I was using, the Rider-Waite ones, they weren't doing anything for me. So my son and I, we went out to dinner, and then we hit up Barnes and Noble after we were done. Boom! It was right there. Which worked out really well too, because that deck helped me like learn to like turn that part of my brain on to really like exercise it. And there was a book I had gotten months before, not months, maybe about a month and a half before. I picked up this book by Eliphas Levi. It was a book on magic, but I couldn't. I mean, it was written in like the 1800s, 1883, I think is when it was published. And I tried reading it once, but it was like all fucking riddles and rhymes. But I remember after like maybe a week or two of working with this deck, my inside voice told me, "Go pick up that book. Go check it out." Oh, I can understand it. It's written with a lot of metaphors, allegories. So I guess once I had enough experience seeing things with that lens, it made looking at this other stuff, made looking at the book that much easier. But I think the highlight of these past couple days that I just read through, that I rewrote, was that like I actually had a plan at this point. Like I realized, like, okay, I'm really good at this. Like I'm taking this really quick. I fucking love doing it. I made a promise to myself years ago. After I graduated high school, I moved in with my father. I moved out of my mom's and I went to go live with my dad for a couple of years. And he had a tile business. So I worked with him doing that for a little bit. But I fucking hated it. I don't like working with my hands like that. I don't like manual labor. But that's when I decided, like, I gotta, how do you put it? That's when I decided I have to figure out a way to make money, to make a living using my mind. And this seemed like a really good way of doing it because it was exercising my brain, but it was also putting that part of my mind to work that had always been depressed. So I never had anything good to think about. Everything, I always thought about bad shit. Because there was really nothing good in my life. There was nothing good in anyone else's life. And then I finally found this thing that spoke to me. Oh, my donuts. I forgot all about those. I don't feel like doing this right now. Why am I going here? Get a candle. Yeah, I'm looking back at, like, you know what's funny? It was last night. I have like 7 or 8 decks that are just open, lying next to my bed. I pre-shuffle them. I shuffle them when I get them, and then from time to time I'll pull a card out. I'll go in order, but I'll only shuffle them the one time. And there was this deck that I got last year called Cthulhu Bolt. So I pulled this one last night. What was it? I think it was the 6 of Pentacles? 7. 7 of coins. 7 of Pentacles, 7 of coins. Same thing. But the image on it was this lady reading this book. You can't see what she's reading. But the message of the card, the message in the book, was to pretty much do exactly what I'm doing. Which is go back and appreciate everything that led up to this point. Celebrate your growth. Celebrate how far you've come. Alright. Celebrate. Pat on the back. But I think it's more than that, because I was reading today's Parsha, today's Torah study. And it's right after Abram defeated the 4 kings, and right after he was done, after he got back, he had like a little dark night of the soul where he started to question everything. He started questioning God, Hashem. And Hashem comes through to him. He's like, listen, everything's fine. You're doing good. I brought you here. I brought you out of the land you were born in. I brought you to this point so I could show you what's going to be yours. And then he's still like questioning it. Despite everything that led up to that point, like he's still questioning. And I get that. What's up, taco? because I can relate to that. Because it's even after 5 years, I still have those moments where it's just like, what the fuck am I doing? I don't understand this. Even now, like there's still doubt, there's still question, there's still like confusion over what the whole point of all this was. And even going back to that time, great, I could read fucking tarot cards. I could see shit. I mean, when I'm reading what I'm writing, when I'm reading my thoughts from back then, it does make sense. Right? It makes sense in the sense that, like the big message, because I did do a reading I wrote a reading that I did for myself down. What I'm seeing is exactly what I'm doing, which is like, all right, well, explore your own darkness. Don't fucking hide from it. Explore it and find the good and the bad. Which is funny because when the day, as I'm rewriting, I'm adding in the lunar and solar information, but also the Jewish dates of the calendar that correspond with the lunar cycle. And on that day, I think it was 7 Tammuz, there's the website that I use, abad.org, on the calendar page, it'll show a daily thought. So when I went back to that day to see what the daily thought was, it was exactly that. Grab hold of the darkness and squeeze all the fucking light out of it that you can. Which has been like the theme for the past 5 years. Don't hide from it. Just fucking dive right in. Get what you can out of it. So even reading Abram's part of the story today, what came out of it. Because the point is that, like, he defeated the 4 kings. He saved Lot. He saved all the possessions of all the people who got raided. It didn't take shit. When the king of Sodom actually said to him, he's like, here, just take all the possessions, just give me back the people. It was like, nah. I ain't touching shit. You're not going to be able to say that you're the one that got me rich. And I get that because how do I put it? Hashem, how do I put that? Because the point of what he's doing is proving that God exists by trusting what Hashem is telling him to do, and by doing it, like, you're not going to be the one who fucking you don't get to take credit for what I'm doing. Because I wasn't doing it for you. But at the same time, it's just like, the doubt fear is getting to him. Hey, am I doing the right thing? Why isn't everything I want coming to me right now? Why do I have to keep on doing this shit? I get that. That's a rough spot to be in. But usually it happens like once a month, at least for me, where everything is going better than I could have imagined. And then everything stops. It's like you can only go so far, and then everything just kind of like not that it seems like it's falling up, not that it's falling apart, but it almost seems like it's falling apart because, well, I got here, why can't I go any further? Like, I don't have the patience for this shit. You're trying to rush things, right? And I think that's that's really the message there is sometimes you gotta take a fucking break from everything and allow things to work themselves out. You gotta let the world catch up with you. But I know that another thing with Abram is like he's kind of bugging because it's like, I don't have any kids yet. Like, how am I supposed to take? You're telling me that I'm gonna have children, this, and that. Meanwhile, I don't have nothing. The glory, yeah, that's all fun and good. But where's the actual stuff? And then it's right after that his wife Hagar offers up her maid, her slave girl to him. Here, have a baby with her. And this actually makes sense. Because I think what Hashem was trying to tell Abram was to take a step back and actually appreciate just how far you've come in such a short amount. Well, I don't want to say a short amount of time. Dude was 89 at this point. But appreciate how far you've come. Look at all the shit that you've done. I don't know, it doesn't say that, but fill in the blanks. Relate back to the story, because I can relate to that. I get that. I've been there. Then there's Hagar. Again, doing shit you don't want to do. Because I know he didn't want to have a baby with her. He wanted to have a baby with his wife. Alright, we're going to pick this up when I get out of here. Because I have a hard time talking when there's people around. No, fuck it. All the more reason to keep doing it. And so going back to that book today, mine. And seeing how things went from then to now, it was, I don't know what's the right word, encouraging? It felt good. I forgot about a lot of it. I forgot a lot about it. a lot of it, or maybe not forgot about it, just I haven't thought about it in a long time, so seeing it and going back was what's the right word?
All fired up too.
It picked up my day. And you think like, oh shit. You are a bad motherfucker. Go you. I didn't see how quickly things were kind of picking up for me. Why are we going this way? Pens? I don't need pens though. I don't know, let's go look at them. Alright. Fucking hungry. That's why you wanted me to come over here, you son of a bitch. $20 back. No gold. Might need to pick that up. Oh, notebooks? Now it's fuzzy. Oh, bullshit. Fuck it. Yeah, but you know, I mean, even going through all that stuff and seeing it all, it's just, it's. It means something to me, but. Oh no, low energy Jeb today. But like I was saying, like it's seeing me pick up from where I was. In the sense that, I mean, I knew things weren't going to be shitty forever. It was a temporary thing. But at the same time, like, everything just started, like, picking up really fast. Because we're at, June 22nd, I think is where I left off. So I'm only gonna be at my job for another, like, 2 weeks. 2.5 weeks. Yeah, dude. Candles. Maybe I'll get one of these instead. What's that? It looks like pie. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, but I don't want to. I don't have a fucking bag, man. That sounds like it smells good. It does. God, I'm gonna get this motherfucker instead. Why? 'Cause it's easier to carry. Lazy man. No, I'm not a fucking lazy man. All this nonsense. I need deodorant too. The fuck is this? It's fucking idiots. I'm not fucking everything up. Hold on. Got it? What the fuck is this? Shit. I just don't like stupid follow the leader bullshit. So I'm gonna take the extra steps to go where there's less dumb fucks. We shouldn't talk about it that way. No. Maybe not. There's something that you can't grow out of. My disdain for humans is one of them. Alright, now we're gonna do with all this shit. Just hold it. My fucking pockets. My pockets all got fucking holes in them except for one. Two. Good thinking. Where was I? reflecting. Seeing how everything from... Who's she? Seeing how everything... She's mad. Seeing how everything from back then served a purpose. Ow, fuck. Maybe what you're supposed to look at is the fact that you got through it all. You didn't fucking blow your brains out. Not that I could. Well, I mean, considering my friends, I'm sure one of the idiots would have let me borrow a gun to do it. Nah, probably not. No, but I'm noticing myself patting myself on the back a lot. Because I'm noticing that I'm actually having a positive influence on people's lives. Like, after I split with my ex, my friend who lived across the street, well, my son didn't use his bike. So I was like, fuck it. Because as soon as the day she left, I think her ass was still walking down to her mom's house. I hopped in the car. I went to the food store. I did some food shopping. I went to Target. I got new bedspread. I even saged the house. Remember that. It was funny because I was worried. Everyone's trying to tell me like the right way to do smudging and the wrong way. And I kind of bended the rules. I just did it. Because the idea of the smudging is to get all the bad energy out, right? You're supposed to leave all the doors and windows open. Oh. I think the next day, my ex came over. We got into a huge fucking fight. I'm thinking about either that worked really well or it didn't work. I did it the wrong way. But I was trying a new diet too. I tried a raw diet. Not the whole thing. I mean, I didn't just completely convert over. I was trying out 80-20. 80% raw, 20% whatever the fuck I wanted. And it was fucking amazing. Like there was a difference. I could definitely tell a difference between how I felt from eating processed, shitty human food as compared to how I felt after eating my vegan diet. But at the same time, I still was seeing my son back then, so I knew I couldn't force that shit on him. So when he would come by, we'd usually go out to dinner, order something. I'd make us some shit. And then I started taking this bike out. Do like 3 or 4 laps around the neighborhood. Every day after work, push-ups, sit-ups. I don't know, with her out of my life. With her finally out of my life. I say finally because for me at that point it was like finally. Finally. She was just a really bad influence on me. Like even even how things were before him, before we moved in together, like I didn't like her. I liked her. She was my friend. I had known her for years, but there was just something not right about the whole thing. And considering the way that things are now, considering how things are now, I get it. I'm not saying that there wasn't feelings that she had, but there definitely came a point where I was just a paycheck. I was just the guy paying the bills. And that was my problem, because that's how I felt. But I never talked about it. It was something I just kept to myself. What would you say? What would you say? I don't feel right about this. Like, I feel like you're just using me. I feel like the two of you are just like doing whatever the fuck you want. Well, I gotta work all day. Well, I work too. No, I get it that you work too. But when I hate throwing this in your face, but you work 30 hours a week. 25 to 30 hours a week. I've been working 40 to 70 hours a week every day for the past fucking 12 years. Well, there was that one time I worked 16 hours, so there is that. So, but regardless, or I'm sorry, the one time I worked 80 hours in a week. Go for it, man. So we would get into that fight a lot over who works more, and I get it. You're home. You're the one taking care of him. You're putting him on the bus. You're getting him off the bus. You're the one making dinner. You're the one cleaning the house. Your work doesn't stop. I don't know, maybe and you know what, maybe that's something that we can relate on, is the fact that neither one of us ever gets a chance to stop working. Like, we're constantly always fucking going. And not even like we're working on something that we want to be working on. It's like we're working on shit that we don't want to be doing. Well, you know, and that's the thing too, is going back 6 years, right before I found myself on this path, like the objective, my primary objective, and it's reflected in these books too, but my primary objective was to not work for anybody anymore. Come on, dude. I was expecting, at this point, once I started doing the cards in June, I was expecting to fucking be making fucking millions by the end of the summer. Little did I know I was going to go into complete and absolute poverty. For the first time in my adult life, have $0 to my name. Sleeping on my grandmother's couch while some fucking lady and her kids are sleeping in my house. And then I would move in with my mother 2 months later and still be here 5 years later. 4 3/4 years. And we haven't even got to that part in the book yet. I can't wait till we get to that page. I have to write that one out. I'm not moving back to my mother's. Nah, nigga, not only are you gonna fucking move back to your mother's, but you're gonna be fucking living there. Ugh. I want to eat that so fucking bad. I don't know, some kind of tortilla with some fucking delicious looking juices coming off of it. Whoa, I'm just remembering yesterday when I walked in the middle of the street with the fucking green light. No one can fuck you better. Tell the freaks to find a man today on. Man today on. So where the fuck was I? Going back to Abram and how, like, how do you put it? Going backwards in time and seeing how everything played out. How one thing led to another, led to another, led to another, led to another, and finally brings us to this point. But that's where the whole fucking thing comes in, where if you can't see the synchronicity of it, because I can hear a voice in my head going, well, why can't you just attribute that success? Because I call it success. Why can't you attribute that success to yourself? Like, you put in the work, you put in the hours. Like, why does something divine have to be happening? Well, that's the thing. Is like, not everything was because of me. There were aspects to the story where it's like, I didn't make that happen. I didn't do that. I didn't intentionally go, okay, well, you know what, this is the right place at the right time to be doing the right thing. Yeah, there's just some things that happen. It's like, holy shit. Good thing I made a left instead of a right today. And also, at the same time, I feel like it's kind of important to note that while this is all going on, I'm also in the middle of this experiment to see what happens if I just follow my intuition. Because that's all I'm doing. I talk about what I'm doing, I talk about what I'm going to be doing, but it's all based on what am I feeling? And not just, oh, I'm feeling sad today. Why do I feel sad today? No, it's like, what do I feel like? I feel like I gotta do this. I feel like I have to do that. Just like going to Walmart. Like, I feel like I have to go to Walmart. I feel like I gotta get pumpkin spice room spray instead of a fucking candle. I feel like I gotta get the Black Mamba fucking deodorant. Mamba King. And just based on my own experience, it's going to come a point in the future where I look back on today and go, good thing I fucking got that. Good thing I got those things. Good thing I listened to that feeling. And now I'm kind of going back. Like, I was talking about Hagar and Ishmael, Abram's first son. That was Hashem throwing. That was Hashem throwing Abram a fucking doggy treat, going, here, look, you did a really good job. Here's a child. Well, why didn't he just have him have a baby with Sarah? Well, that's a really good, you know what, that's funny, because I was thinking about that this morning. When I was reading about this Parshat, I got into that. And the way the way that it was making sense to me was because after she has the baby, after Hagar has Ishmael, I like saying Ishmael, but after she had him, like 10 years pass. There's no real like in-depth explanation of what happened during those 10 years. It's just Abram was 89, now he's 99. Ishmael is 10 years old, and God comes to him to kind of like reinforce the covenant that they made. Oh, well, no, God actually comes to him to make the covenant, because up until this point, I don't think he made the covenant. He made the covenant with Noah and his sons, but he never actually made one with Abram until this point. What the fuck are you doing? You go. I'm looking at the car like creeping up behind me. Right, and part of this whole parsha, the story of Abram, God tells him, like, let go. Hello. Tells him, go forth. Go forth from the land of your father, from your birthplace. I'll bring you a nation. So, and I mean, that's literally what happened after I left the house. Get the fuck out of here. I got bigger things for you to do rather than sit around this fucking shithole. But the idea behind that, like, go forth. Go forth from the land of your father, from the land of your birth. What he's asking him to do is, like, let go of the past. You have to let go of the past. You're not going to be able to move forward if you're holding on to shit that's not there anymore. Everything that led you to this point, the purpose of it was to lead you to this point. But we're past that now. So, drop the baggage and get going. And that's how I see it, because even when he has the baby with Ishmael, when he has the baby with Hagar, like that my perspective, that's what that's showing, is the essence of himself that he's pumping into her is the parts of himself that he no longer needs. Who you are before you have a baby is not who you are afterwards. Who you were goes into your child. And it's not like Ishmael went off to do nothing. Not like Ishmael was like a nobody. He did go off to do his own thing. Because as soon as Hagar got pregnant, Sarah started treating her like shit. She started treating her like a fucking tyrant. And Hagar eventually runs away, but she bumps into an angel who tells her, like, yo, Hashem is watching, don't worry about it. We just need you to deal with this for right now, because there's going to come a point in time where you're going to be rewarded for all the bullshit that you're going through, because we recognize that you're going through some bullshit. So how Hashem is explaining it to me is that when Abram conceived Ishmael with Hagar, no, it wasn't the child, the Holy One, but by getting that out of his system, because I wouldn't doubt if he took some responsibility for Sarah not being able to get pregnant. What am I doing wrong? Maybe my shit ain't working. And Hagar was like Hashem's way of showing him, no, you good, you good. All your bits and pieces is working just fine. It's just not time yet. There's still some things that need to get done before there's things that have to get done, there's things that you have to experience. Because, like I said, like when mommy and daddy do mommy and daddy things to make babies, everything that was mommy and daddy up until that point go into making baby. And baby is the combination of everything that mommy and daddy were up until that point. All of their experiences, all their likes and dislikes. Everything that made them who they were. Oh, I know this guy. Everything that made them who they were. But at the same time, when that does, that allows for, you're not clearing space. You're clearing space for new experiences, new insights. Jack Skellington. Pretty cool. And so, how you doing, man? No. Yeah. I was saying new experiences, new growth, new evolution. Because it changed them, man. I mean, you don't have a kid and you fucking stay the same person. Like you change. And it's also at this point that Hashem changes Abram's name to Abraham. Like, you're no longer going to be Abram. Now you're Abraham. Which is saying you're no longer who you used to be. And now you're someone new. And the person that you are now is a lot closer to who I need you to be than who you were before. There's a lot to it. I mean, but now the same thing. The idea is now to kind of turn that back around. How do I relate to that? And it's not that I can't. I definitely can. And that's funny. Des was 11 years old when they left. Hagar was, Ishmael was 10. What if Des is my Ishmael? But even still, like, in terms of me, going back to me, bringing it back to me, like, who I am when I'm writing this thing is not who I was 10 minutes prior. Who is not who I was a month prior. Even this whole thing, this is even still new to me. In relation to last year, my bitahon was not as hard as it is today. I'll tell you that. When you say it like that, it sounds like you're talking about a boner. I have my boner in my mind while I'm thinking that, so. And right now, my bitahon is telling me to trust that it's not going to go to waste. This is a good thing. I trust you, Hashem. Alright, so what time is it? No, what time is it? This has got an hour. 4:10. Should make it about like the 10th hour of the day. Halfway through. Yeah. The 10th hour is almost over. It's the hour of the moon. Alright, so now the big question. Do we turn this off to go in? Yeah, might as well, because I don't do this. We'll pick this up as soon as I get done. This will only take 2 seconds. It'll give me just a couple seconds to, minutes to think. There's a lot to think about. All right, back.